You ever marvel at a skyscraper piercing the clouds or a bridge spanning a mighty river? Ever wonder how those massive projects get off the ground literally? Sure, it takes architects, engineers, and a whole lot of skilled tradespeople. But behind the scenes, there's another critical player, the contracts engineer. These folks are the deal makers, the negotiators, the guardians of the contract. They make sure everyone's playing by the rules, from the initial handshake to the final brick laid. A contracts engineer is like the conductor of an orchestra, making sure all the parts work together in harmony to create a masterpiece. They're fluent in the language of legalese and technical jargon. They can spot a loophole from a mile away and negotiate a deal that's fair for everyone involved. Without them, projects would descend into chaos, budgets would balloon, and deadlines would be nothing more than wishful thinking. So the next time you're admiring a feat of engineering, remember the contracts engineer, the unsung hero working tirelessly behind the scenes to make it all happen. Just like there's no one way to build a house, there's no single contract that fits every project. In the world of engineering, contracts come in different flavors, each with its own set of ingredients and best-suited applications. First up, we've got the fixed-price contract. This is your classic. You tell me what you want, I tell you how much deal. The price is set in stone, no matter how many hours or materials it takes. This type of contract works best when the scope of work is clear and there are few unknowns. Then there's the cost reimbursement contract. This one's more flexible, especially when the project is complex or there's a lot of uncertainty. The client agrees to reimburse the contractor for all allowable costs, plus a fee for their services. Finally, we have the time and materials contract. This is like paying for a taxi ride. You pay for the time spent and the materials used. It's a good option for smaller projects or when the scope of work is likely to change. Choosing the right contract type is crucial. It's about understanding the risks, the rewards, and the unique needs of each project. It's about setting everyone up for success right from the start. A contract isn't just a static piece of paper. It's a living document that evolves throughout the project lifecycle. This journey, from the moment the ink dries to the final handshake, is crucial for ensuring a project's success. It all starts with initiation. This is where the need for the contract is identified, the goals are defined, and the key players are brought to the table. It's about laying the groundwork for a successful partnership. Next comes planning. This is where the nitty-gritty details are hammered out, the scope of work, the timelines, the payment terms, and all the other essential elements. Then it's time for execution. This is where the rubber meets the road, where the work gets done, and the contract serves as the guiding document. Throughout the project, monitoring and controlling are essential. This involves tracking progress, managing risks, and addressing any issues that arise. Finally, we reach closure. This is where the contract is formally completed, all obligations are fulfilled, and everyone can move on to the next project. Understanding the contract lifecycle is key for anyone involved in engineering projects. It's about seeing the big picture, anticipating challenges, and ensuring that the contract serves its purpose every step of the way. Section 4. The law of the land and the contract. Contracts aren't just about handshakes and good intentions. They're legally binding agreements, and that means understanding the law is non-negotiable. Contract law provides the framework for creating, interpreting, and enforcing contracts. It lays out the ground rules, the do's and don'ts, and the consequences of breaking the agreement. Then there's regulatory compliance. Depending on the project, there might be a whole slew of regulations to follow. Environmental laws, safety standards, labor laws, the list goes on. It's about making sure the project is done right, not just on paper, but in the eyes of the law. Navigating this legal landscape can be tricky. It requires attention to detail, a thorough understanding of the relevant laws, and sometimes a good lawyer in your corner. But it's crucial for protecting your interests, avoiding disputes, and ensuring the project stays on the right side of the law. Section 5. Across borders navigating international contracts. In today's globalized world, engineering projects often span borders, bringing exciting opportunities and unique challenges. International contracts, while similar in principle to domestic ones, come with an extra layer of complexity. Dealing with different legal systems, cultural norms, and business practices can be a minefield. A simple phrase in one language might have a completely different meaning in another. Payment terms, dispute resolution mechanisms, and even the concept of on time can vary widely across cultures. Navigating these differences requires cultural sensitivity, a willingness to learn, and a deep understanding of the specific laws and regulations of the countries involved. It's about bridging cultural divides, building trust, and ensuring the contract is clear, enforceable, and respects the laws of all parties involved.